Welcome back to Intro to Java. In this episode, we will dive straight into variables. So from math, we know variables to be some way of representing values. So you would have a variable such as x, and that's going to be equal to 5. Or you will have y, and that would be equal to 3.5. And then you can use x or y to represent this value of 5 or 3.5. So in Java, there are some different types of variables that you can use to represent different data types. So we'll start off with whole numbers. Whole numbers are represented in Java as integer or int. So first we need to declare a variable. To declare a variable, you will start off with the type. So we'll start off with int, which is integer, and then the name of our variable, whole. And then from there, we need to initialize this variable. So we will go whole is equal to 5. So when you initialize a variable, you don't have to restate its type. All you have to do is just call its name. From here, let's make sure this works. So I'm going to do a quick print. Whole. And we'll print it out. And on the console, you see we have 5. So there is an easier way to declaring and initializing variables. Instead of breaking it up on 2 lines, you can do it just on one. So you could say int whole 2 is equal to 5. So you can do it on one line. It's very nice. So now we're going to go into rational numbers. In Java, this is represented as double. And so we're going to call double ratio. Okay, and then we can initialize it. And we'll call it 3.14. Okay, and just like an integer, this value can be initialized on one line. So we could do ratio 2 is equal to 5.5. Okay. And then now moving on, we have our string. So this will be all your words and sentences. So you start off with an uppercase string, and then we'll put name, and we'll equal to Nick. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it all in one line just to be express. Now the difference between string and integers, if you're noticing the difference in color that Eclipse denotes them, string is an object, which we will cover in a future video, but essentially it has some properties. Instead of actually, so like whole actually represents 5 and 3.14. String instead is just holding this string literal, Nick. So with that, you can call some functions from just our variable. We will see that in a later video, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Alright, so our next variable type is characters. So characters are abbreviated as char, and we can call this n is equal to n. So if you try to put more than one character in here, it will give you an error because it's only one. Pretty straightforward. And then the last one I'd like to cover today is true and false, and this is represented as a boolean. So boolean truth is equal to false. So booleans can only be false or true. That's the only values you can set a boolean equal to. And this will come in huge handy in a later video when we start doing logic. But just know that you can set truth and false as boolean type. Alright, so we've declared and initialized several types of data. Now, what if you want to change this data after you declare? Well, it's very simple. All you have to do is call the name of the variable and set it equal to its new value. And to prove this works, I will send a new print, and we'll send it whole again and see what it prints out. Alright, so it prints 5 and 6. Alright guys, this concludes our video on variables. So this was just a basic intro. In the videos to come, we will build on what we mentioned here and put these values to use. Alright, see you in the next one. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment below.